You know what that is? That's one of them screams of relief. I couldn't believe it yesterday. I see Javon Kinlaw, he's signing his contract. I said, oh, man. And then Brandon Ayuk does too. I said, hoo-hoo. Usually the first-round picks, even the second-round pick is this long, drawn-out drama like they can't sign it. I think like there's a little bit in the contract we can't agree with. I'm going to have to wait. And you know they're going to sign, but why take us through all that anxiety? Just sign the thing, man. You know you're going to play. What are you going to say? No, I'm not coming. That hasn't happened since when? Actually, it has happened once, though. John Elway did not play for the team he got drafted by. I mean, the chances of you don't want to play for the 49ers? You got to know when to tell your lawyer to step off, man. Sign it. Just sign it. Let's go. So there you go. And I imagine the rest of the picks are actually most of all the other guys are signed already, I think that's it, actually. We've signed all the draft picks, right? Yeah. I mean, how would you look? You're not even a first-round pick and you haven't signed yet? No, our guys all signed. In fact, some of them signed right away, too. And by the way, if you've been watching, and I know you're going to say, Ronbo, don't bring that. I got to bring his name up one more time. No, I might bring it up a couple more times. You know, I got this thing about Florio. Every time I look at his face, I want to slap him. So, you know, that's why I actually, he's gotten to me. I can't get him out of my mind. I can't believe the things he says. And the way Mike talks, it just burns you right up. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't started watching him, don't watch him. But I'm just saying, if you already are involved with Florio, you know what I'm talking about, right? After more criticism, Florio says Kyle Shanahan has a very good chance to now be the next Bill Belichick. Now, I'm gonna elaborate on this a little more. Because today's headline, we haven't talked about it yet, fam. You know we got to do it. The annual Niners event, State of the Franchise. And it precedes the upcoming season. This time each and every year. It's already come and gone. And normally, we're in such a state of mind by the time we see the State of Franchise. We're all worked up into a foam. And we're getting all the evaluations from the reports every week when they have the days when the guys can come in and get evaluations on all the players and that type of thing. It's part of the preseason fun. You know, you get all juiced up. You got a Super Bowl team. And why did this have to happen to us this year? Oh, why? Because this would have been the most fun year. You get the stand set up out there where everybody can come out and join the guys for photo ops and things. Oh, it's just such a shame. But members of the franchise spoke, and they seem to be all on the same page. And Kyle Shanahan echoes the sentiments of his entire team when he says his expectations are to get back to the point where the team stumbled and right that wrong. If you agree, will you give? And fam, if you do agree, and I can do it today because I feel a little hoarse. Wait. Can you give me a hell yeah? Actually, Stone Cold could do it better. What's the guy we got that does that? Anyway. Nobody can beat him doing Stone Cold Steve Austin. But anyway, and Shanahan's not the only Niner on this page. Pay attention, Mike Florio. Anyway, several other Niner players took part in the State of the Franchise event. As you do know, the team came just short of achieving its goal last season and hopes to finish the job during the upcoming 2020 season. Nothing wrong with that. Damn right they do. Players were asked about the goal for the upcoming season. While he understands the journey will be difficult, Coach has already stated that his expectations are to get back to the point where the team stumbled and right that wrong. Coach said this week in complete detail, we've got to get right back to that fourth quarter and get to have a lead, and we've got to finish the job. Florio can question the statement all he likes, but Shanahan's players have the same mindset. Fred Warner told Keanu Martin and Greg Papa during the State of the Franchise event, quote, I think the focus is obviously to make it back to the big game and winning it this time around. I think that's the focus every year is to make it to the Super Bowl. But we all understand that there's a lot of time and effort required to get to that point. Fam, Fred also went on to say, so we're just going to take it one day at a time and make sure we're working our tails off to get back. Is there any team in the league that doesn't have this mindset? I mean, what are you supposed to be thinking? So Florio's so far out of line here, I can't stand it. Unquote. Nick Bosa adds, we're just trying to get better than we were last year. Thanks to last season, the team knows it can do it and has a win-now mentality. Niners all know the championship window can close quickly, so the youngsters all hope this group of players can take advantage of its opportunity, unquote. Nick Bosa. Newlywed Eric Armstead said, quote, I think we took a major leap as a defense this year, but I think we can even better moving forward in the future. So cleaning up some of the mistakes from last year and striving to be better than we were, unquote. By the way, if you were one of the guys who was trying to decide whether Eric Armstead's lady was hotter than John McVay's lady, you'll be happy to know if for no other reason to sign Eric Armstead, you'll get to keep around her photos. You sleaze. I thought about that. Man, I've always voted for Eric's lady. I don't like McVay. Get out of here with that. Well, she's not bad, but anyway. Warner further discussed the challenge of climbing back to the mountaintop when asked to define the state of the franchise and said, quote, get back to the Super Bowl. It's not handed to you at all. It's a very long process. It's a very long season, so we have to make sure we're not thinking too far ahead. We use that experience to our advantage, but we know we've got to grind even harder to make sure we get the outcome we want. So we're excited. We're ready to get back in the building. So when we do get that call, we'll be ready, unquote. What's wrong with thinking like that? You see, this is what I'm saying. Florio's attacks are unwarranted, and they show how stupid he really is. No, Mike, you're stuck with Kirk Cousins. Stop being mad with the 49ers because they didn't get him like you want him to, and maybe make it possible for you to get Jimmy G, and that's why you talk about him like you do all the time. Don't let me see Mike Florio walking down the street. I'll drop kick him. I don't care what the fine is. They'll probably, well, wait a minute. They'll probably put me on the back of that truck and have me running up and down a road doing community services for, never mind. I'll just walk by and say a few slanderous things to him. He can't prove anything because he's not recording. And Richard Sherman, quote, with the leadership and the talent that we have coming back, we could be even better. We left plays out there, myself included. We have some unfinished business. Unquote. Now, from where you sit, where is this glorious franchise? I'm going to tell you, I just want to tell you real quick. You see, with me, I'm excited and fearful at the same time. It's a weird feeling. I'm excited because I know this team has the potential to just tear teams apart. I'm talking limb from limb. They could destroy a team now. And like I mentioned the other day in the video with in IB, this team can now play faster than they did last year. Can you imagine a defense playing faster than they did last year? They know every little nuance and move you need to know on this defense. That is devastation because they were like really ridiculous. They were number 2 in the league last year, and there had some youngsters on there. Who is Dre Greenlaw? We found out last year. You see, he'll be better this year. Can you imagine that? All the guys will be better. Playing together, they will just be better together. And don't even get me started on the offense. I'll take all day and all night and into the morning. That's why I'm excited and fearful at the same time of the outside elements we can't control. The pandemic is scaring the bejesus out of me because every time we turn on the news, they talk about how there's spikes going on across the nation, some places here and there. That will reflect on every team in the NFL because it puts a problem in the schedule. So I keep thinking, can they get that under control by now in September? Even August, when we'd like to play a preseason game, there's enough weeks if people just get real serious about sheltering if you can. Don't go out if you don't. Stay out of bars. You got social events. You got to keep them to a minimum. Wear the mask. Everything you know how to do. Can you please just do it? I don't care what your affiliations are. Just stay safe. Do not contract this disease. Because every time you do, they're going to put it on a chart. They're going to put it up, and they're going to freak everybody out. So I keep thinking about that and how that can have an influence on us. Because there's things we can't control, right? So I'm thinking, oh, man, if we don't have this season with this team to skip this year, And something else I want to talk about tomorrow that's got a lot to do with this team. You've got to have this team because next year, It's got to be his. It got its own problems of its own. So with that said, fam, what is your feeling of the state of the franchise? Before I do one more thing here, before I get Stanley Nagasako. Stanley, get that right? Nagasako. He says, aloha, brother, 49ers for life. Every day, night, every week, bam, bam, Niners! He says, June 26th is my birthday. Can you please give me a shout out? I need one, thank you. His birthday was yesterday, but it's fine. The novelty does not wear off. Happy. Oh, I feel better now. I'm warmed up. Happy. Happy Niners birthday, Stanley. Happy Niners birthday. Bring on 2020. Happy. Happy Niners. Birthday, Big Stan. Hang loose, brother. My big boy out in Hawaii. You guys, tell you what, man, I hope you had a good time. But you might be recovering from yesterday, huh? And Guerrero Mangia, my bro, is now can say, let's see, now can say we get got our sixth trophy for 2020 if there's football this year. I know, right? Everybody, we're going to start adding the word if. The owners seem to feel really positive about there will be, But why is the NBA and Major League Baseball? I was looking forward. If they start saying, ain't no stopping us now. Okay, we got to wait. 49ers Lakers for Life says, Goose Creek, South Carolina, stand up. That was stopping the 49ers Lakers. That's the first time I met you, fam. And Silvio here says, what's good? And Silvio, man, it's all good, man. It's going to get better, too. And Aiden Chris says, I would start Raheem Mostert. I think he's better than Tevin Coleman. That's as I mentioned last time we got on that subject, it's not who starts, it's who finishes. Tevin's probably going to still start for reasons that no matter how much you speculate, you're not really sure why. Kyle likes to put that change of gears on you. And I think Kyle likes to go first gear first, Tevin Coleman. Second and third gear is Raheem Mostert. I give him. No. Second gear has to be somebody else. Heem is third and fourth gear, baby, in overdrive. God, oh yeah. Heem. Oh, my dude, boy. Oh, God, I love to watch Heem work. Let me put on my ears, and I'm going to say, hey, Dre, come on in, man.
Ronbo, what's happening with you?
Oh, man, I'm sitting back here, man. I'm thinking the state of the franchise, as I just mentioned, it's a weird feeling, man. I'm excited as all get out because this team is just made to mangle. And at the same time, I'm scared the pandemic is raging. And it's just enough to ruin things for the rest of the places that aren't. So I'm thinking, we got to have this season. But Drake, what is your feeling of the state of the franchise?
Really didn't learn too much new information. It was a little weird not having
on stage
the energy from not having the energy from the crowd there.
I know
that was a little weird. Everything being on Zoom meetings and everything. I've always been more excited by brick, showing the guys in training camp and stuff. I've never been really too excited about the state of the franchise. It's just regurgitated information. It's good to see the guys talking, smiling, laughing, building cohesion with each other. But what really is there to learn? Like, it's not really a huge media cycle with the guys not being able to be in camp right now. So, but it's good to see him healthy and alive, though. I mean, that's always good. You know what I mean? So, I'm really ready for guys to be able to get together, whether it's going to be in Santa Clara or not, and get to training camp. That's what I'm waiting for, so we can see how.
Dre, you bring up a point that I want to ask you about right now. If we can't play in Santa Clara and California's suddenly having this ridiculous spike. You know, the administrators for Santa Clara can say, y'all ain't playing no football up in here. You know that, don't you? And don't even ask me about a crowd. So where would they go if the league wants to start like they said they're going to? Where would they go to play?
I didn't say that we wouldn't play in Santa Clara. I said that, you know,
The administrators
most likely it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look like we won't have a training camp in Santa Clara. I don't know, man. I mean, when you look at the Chargers and the Rams, like they're not having any issues. You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe go to maybe go to Irvine, where the you know bum ass Rams used to go. You know what I'm saying? And there's a bum ass Rams fan in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna focus on him. We're not gonna focus on him or him.
But Dre, you know what? The worst thing that could happen is have to go to SoCal. I would hate that, just because. Well, you know what? We got more fans. We got many fans down there. Yes, we do all over the state. Maybe it's
run
okay.
California, Ronbo.
We do.
Stop
I know.
it. We run California.
I forget about that. The Rams don't own nothing.
When we played at SC.
Yeah,
you know what happened when we played at SC against the Rams? It was all Niners fans, man. We run California, man. It don't matter where we go. We do go to Hesperia, California. We're gonna run that up too. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where we go.
It
doesn't matter, Rombo. Yeah, it doesn't matter, bro.
Agreed.
Yeah, we can go to Crater Lake. It doesn't matter where we go. We run California, bro. It's not. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's not an issue.
But Dre, you have any specifics on this team that really stand out in your mind? It's really something that speaks to the topic of state of the franchise. Because I look at Kyle and say, Kyle, man, he ain't playing. He ain't even trying to. I mean, he's not trying to be modest or anything else or shy about the fact that, yes, we're coming back. We ain't scared to say it. We don't care what anybody says. We know what happened to us. We're coming back. I love that attitude and that mindset. I really do.
I'm happy that we have Richard Sherman, and that reason is, you know, the defensive back coach left and went to the Browns, right? And because we have a veteran like Richard Sherman who's been in the system going on 3-4 years, and he knows all of the guys that are in that system, it's good to have, you know, a veteran, like a Hall of Fame veteran like Richard Sherman, to be able to lean on, because, you know, it's a fresh face. You know, guys don't know this guy, but they know Sherman. So, you know, when it comes to having a connection with your position group skill coach, it takes some time to build that relationship, right? You got to be able to trust that guy. You got to know his tendencies. You got to know what he wants out of you, right? And to have somebody like Richard Sherman instead of a bunch of young guys, man, it does wonders for that position skill group, right?
And it has.
So that was something that I was really happy, you know, that we have Richard Sherman, because he even said it, like, it was kind of odd having a new skill coach, a new skill position coach, and you don't really know him. So you could tell that he's trying to break the ice with the guys and let them know, I'm a fun guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a guy that's going to beat you up and all that crap and, you know, talk crap to you. You know, I'm here to support you and to make you better. And, you know, it's just odd because you don't know this guy, you know what I mean? So I'm happy that we have somebody like Richard Sherman. I'm happy that we have a Jaquaski Tart and, a Jimmy Ward, you know, some guys who have been here for a while and who knows what Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh, you know, expects out of the defensive backs. So, you know, that's a huge plus. And that's, you know, when people talk about the play on the field, man, it's not just about that. It's about having somebody who all of the guys respect. And who can you not respect more than Richard Sherman, right? Like, he's a family man. He's a Stanford guy. He graduated with honors. He's never been in no trouble.
Never.
He speaks his mind. He keeps it 100. He don't give a damn if you like it or not. Guys respect that. You know what I'm saying? And he backs up what he talks on the field.
Yeah, you can tell Rich is brilliant.
Right. So, yeah. So that was one of the main things that stuck out to me. Also, Nick Bosa, when he said Javon Kinlaw fits what we do, you know, to the T, man, I was happy to hear that too. Those guys are salivating out the mouth to have Javon Kinlaw.
I know you know it.
That was beautiful.
And Dre, that's gonna make us feel good about not getting our guy out of Bama. Trey, we got to pull up.
Right.
I'm
It really does.
gonna see you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all, man, subscribe to Niners All Day. We got an episode coming on Sunday.
There you go.
Breaking down some film with somebody. Also on Thursday, Niners All Day, we have, special guest Ronbo coming on. So y'all gonna get that on Thursday, man. We also doing the fan giveaway. So, subscribe to Niners All Day, man. Shout out to the TNT fan, man. Trey Trash, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, Shea Lewis, man. My player partner Will, man, all of the guys out there, man. We got about another month, man, and we'll be the camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What did they say? Like, wasn't it like July 30th?
Supposed to be the end of July. End of July.
The end of July, yeah. Yeah, man. So we got about 30-some days, man. So we'll be seeing what's coming up for us pretty soon.
There you go. All right. All right, Joe.
All right, Robert.
Talk to you shortly, fam.
All
right. Good night. Yeah, hey, Tom West, I see you. Tom says, hey, what's up? 2021 49ers go 16-0. UDFAs and our wide receivers gonna step up big time. Tom, I agree wholeheartedly. Thanks for the contribution. Such things to look forward to. 402. Eric Code 402. 402. 402. And what does it do? I'm looking at Robert Saleh, man. They're saying things like NFL shares 49 defensive coordinator Robert Saleh's 10 lessons of coaching. See that? Trez. Robert Saleh's getting praises from plenty of teams. I love to mess with him. This just in, Justin.
I literally just woke up, so yeah, I'm still.
Well, it's good. I imagine you're well rested.
Oh, surgery, man! I'm still on these medicines.
Oh, to lay you out.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hot as heck. Everybody who lives in Sacramento right now, it's hot right now. It's extremely hot.
You guys get that bone dry, burn your meat heat too. There's no moisture in it, just sizzle. You can smell the meat burning, and you wonder what it is. It's you when you're walking down the street.
I feel bad for those people who live in the Bay Area because the 49er games, man, sometimes they don't get lucky because they're like in the hot sun and all.
Santa Clara?
New York, you screwed us over. You screwed us over with that.
You know what? I don't know if Jed screwed them over as much as the engineering. I mean, they should have known. Somebody should have walked in on the conversation and says, "Hi guys, you know what? You probably want to put a canopy in an angle. You don't have to enclose the stadium completely, but a canopy in an angle so when the sun comes in a certain hour of the day, it doesn't bleach down on the crowd." Nobody thought of that. Justin, you and I even have that kind of intelligence. I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah. When I went to the Cardinals game, I was worried because I was like, oh, no, I'm going to be in the hot sun. And I was in the 200s, and I was like, oh, no, I'm going to be in the hot sun. This is going to suck. And luckily,
you got to have a winning team.
Luckily it went. We were on the shade, so we got lucky. But I really.
There's not enough shade spots.
But how you guys doing today? How's everything today?
I'm doing all right, Justin, man. It's the state of the franchise, and I'm getting collecting opinions of your personal view and opinion of the state of this glorious franchise. What are you thinking?
I think, it's a start of something, Dre said something about the brick by brick, but so I went to state of franchise last year, and then I went to one a year before. What I learned is that the 49ers are trying to build something great. So three years ago, we didn't have any, we didn't have a veteran presence. We didn't have any, buddy on offensive side or defensive side, or even special teams to be rallying the troop together. 3 years ago, we had Quentin Pannon, receivers, even though Quentin Pannon's the first receiver I got my autograph from. But anyways, we haven't really, Bowman was there, yeah, but he was kind of on his last wheel because he was really frustrated. And then we had Eric Reed, was once good safety, but so for the first time, we have a formidable leaders on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. So I feel like the 49ers have been working to build us back to a dynasty. Maybe not to the Patriots yet, where where they just have one win season and we're back to winning, but it's a start. It's a start because, people hold each other accountable. Do I think we should give Richard Sherman another contract? Yes. But do I think we should move him safety? I think we should look into that because I can see Sherman playing well at safety, but I don't know yet. I really got to see him because I think Sherman can play safety. I really do, but like a hit and miss. But I like the defense. The offense, they just need to stay healthy. Special teams, they're doing lights out. Wisnowski, I was wrong. I remember I was upset about him being a fourth round pick, and he ended up doing really well.
Group? Yeah.
Yes, I was really upset. I was really upset when we took him. That we should have took the Alabama kid. I forget. Cleveland took him. I think I forget his name, but
when you get a chance, and I want to recommend this to everybody who had a problem with that. Look back and see the pick that you wanted. How is it doing? You see, that's the thing. When everybody starts getting upset about any particular player picked up, all right, take the player that got picked up. Our punting game improved vastly last year. Look at the safeties, because a lot of people wanted a safety. Look around the safeties around the league that got picked up about that same time that you wanted him, and he was available.
I think it was the linebacker. It was the linebacker that I wanted.
Linebacker?
I forget his name. Yeah, he was a linebacker. I forget his name, though.
Yeah, but
but Cleveland picked him up.
Yeah, but you also got, I know what you're talking about. But anyway, you still got Dre Greenlaw, and I got to tell you, without Dre Greenlaw,
but the thing was that we didn't have. I don't think we had a K1 yet. That was an issue.
K1?
I don't think we had K1 yet. I don't think we. Well, no, we did have it, but I just
K1. We've had K1 for 3 seasons.
Okay, no, I don't know why I wanted him. I don't know why, but I feel like it had something to do with depth because we didn't have that much depth at the linebackers, and I didn't really trust the other linebackers.
You mean Quan?
Because I didn't.
No,
yeah.
Quan Alexander. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that's true. Linebacker just wasn't a real weakness, is why they didn't pursue that, though. And we did have Quan because you always do your free agency before the draft. Anyway, that's it's okay. Safety was the biggest one everybody's crying about. Seems like that was the thing about Mitch.
I still have. I think the biggest question mark for me is the cornerback section. I understand, Witherspoon's got it locked down, even though I'm probably the biggest Witherspoon fan. And yes, call me Mark because I have his autographed jersey, but I don't care. He's from Sacramento, and I'm going to keep the floor to him until he's off this team. But I think Witherspoon, he actually grew. His dad said he grew a little bit. I
heard about that.
A little bit late, and so just give him a chance, man. Verrett, you got Verrett coming back. Do I think we should bring another corner in for depth? Like, not really, but it would have hurt. But then again, I don't know because you could bring in like a veteran. I don't know, like Talib or somebody.
And Justin, and have a target though. Don't when people say they just want a player, who? See, as I was looking at the market, and whatever I got on my team, and I don't see nothing out there available better, I don't continue to want. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people doing that. Who do you want?
I've seen everybody saying P.J. Williams, but people need to understand P.J. Williams was not that great last year. P.J. Williams is kind of the reason why the Saints lost that game against us. Like, horrible coverage on Mr. Sanders.
Fell down. Sanders fell down and got up and still ran into the end zone. Not good coverage.
Yep. So I don't want P.J. Williams, respectfully. He's a phenomenal. He was a great player the first 2 years, yes. But the last 3 years, not so much.
I'll put Mosley up against him. It's just
it's weird. I know we're probably wrapping up, but it's weird. Like 49ers hit so well on the undrafted players. Sometimes we hit for all the shit we give John Lynch and Kyle for these drafted players like Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, Joshua Garnett. Another one. I'm trying to think another.
Garnett is not their fault. Garnett is the fault of Trent Baalke. I traded up to get him too, so I want to apologize for that. It's not, I thought he was a better ball player than that. So you can't blame Lynch for him. Stay out of Stanford.
And running back too.
Get one here and there.
Running back too.
And running back.
Yeah. But yeah, I forgot his name. I forgot his name now. What's his name?
Wait.
But
running back. What? Carlos Hyde? No.
No, we drafted him. I remember.
Oh, UDFA
Taylor.
running back.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had any bad UDFA running backs. In fact, all of them been pretty good.
Oh, we drafted him. I forget his name though. I forget his first name. If anybody in the chat knows, please let me. Because I remember we
UDFA running back that sucked. Okay, we are out of time.
No.
Let's go ahead and see tomorrow night on Raw.
Yep. Today's Saturday.
I skipped.
Today.
I got to wait for Sunday. I was supposed to be here yesterday, which is why I'm ahead of myself. Okay. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, y'all.
Sunday.
Have a good day. Drive safe, stay safe, and wear a mask, man.
Wear a freaking mask. Just if for no other reason,
panic.
just protect everybody around you, not you. That way, if everybody does it, they're not throwing that ridiculous germ out there. But anyway, yeah.
I'm not going to get into the politics side. I refuse to.
I don't care. I'm sick of it.
On this.
Stop the spike.
Just wear a mask. There's people who can't fight this other disease because they're immune to it. Their immune system is really down. So don't be ignorant. Wear a mask and wash your hands.
All right.
All right.
See you tomorrow. All right, Justin.
Have a good day, everybody. Just be safe, man.
You too, fam. And hey, John.
Ronbo, my man.
John, man, you're sitting here, man. It's time. Normally, this time of year, we're all excited about the state of franchise. It's always a great production, a big show. Lots of fans out there. Jerry Rice running around sporting out the latest, the latest 49er wear, which is always hilarious. But hey, John, how you doing?
I'm doing well, my man.
All right.
I'm doing well.
Well, John, what is your definition of the state of the franchise right about now? What are your thoughts?
Oh man, I mean, I am extremely confident that the team as a whole is completely prepared to make another run, Ronbo. There has to be a focus that those guys have after losing that Super Bowl, Ronbo. It hurts me, and it's got to hurt them 10,000 times that pain. I mean, I heard as a fan, and to be there, to know how hard they worked and have it taken away from them, Ronbo, and to know that you have all the pieces needed to get back. I mean, it's important because to get there and to lose 30% of the squad, coaches, assistant coaches, key assets to the team, veterans that made that final push that don't have it in the tank to do it again, Ronbo, it makes it that much more possible. It makes it so much more possible. Everything is in place, and that is what makes the hairs on my arms stand up thinking about it, because we do have it. We have everything we need. We're young, we're hungry, we're focused more than ever, and you have a good reason for 16 weeks of football to stay focused. That's the key. That's the prize. That's the goal. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like that, other teams want it, but we were there, and we know we can do it again.
Absolutely. Especially when when you got what it takes to get there. You've already been there, seen that, done that.
Got it.
Let's go back and do
got it, Ronbo. And to know that it was taken away from you so quick. Oh my God, those guys, Ronbo. I mean, that's one reason more than every other team in the league. Like, they have a hunger that no one else does. Sure, guys want to get there, but we know we can get back. That's what's key. So, I'm a little worried about this John Lynch situation, Ronbo.
Well, that they haven't signed him yet, you mean?
That they haven't signed him yet, and I'm worried that they got that Peters dude in their crosshairs.
I know somebody's mentioned his name a few times, haven't they?
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of shows, and I don't know if I'm getting tied up in the wrong information, but Ronbo, there's some points there that make you curious. Like, do they want to keep John Lynch close to the franchise because he's this PR guy? Do they want to elevate him in the franchise above the GM, whatever that is? What's above a GM? You know what I mean? Like, do they want him?
Yes, Jets CEO, well, president. They got a president too. I don't know. They'd have to make up a title for John. He's
Right,
stuck
because
between.
I mean, I
Go
don't
ahead.
see that. I don't think they want to move on from John as far as moving him out of the franchise. But I wonder if they have someone else in mind. Which, to me, Ronbo, unless I'm not seeing it properly, what did John Lynch do not to deserve an extension? What has he done negative?
John, here's the thing. I'm thinking from a just looking at making sure you use the money allocated properly around the organization. You look at John Lynch, and John Lynch is like supported by some brilliant guys, and Peters is one of them, right? So you think to yourself, well, Adam could probably run this by himself. He's pretty much one of John's main advisors between him and Martin Mayhew. If we don't do something with Peters soon, he's going to move on to some great offer he's going to get from some team, and he's probably getting them all the time. So there could be some concern about that. John Lynch has been the figurehead of that particular trio. And maybe they're looking at it that way, and I hope they're not, because I like Lynch, and he's learned a lot. And I got a feeling no matter what happens, he'll be fine right where he is, and he could grow. So I'm with you. I want Lynch to stay for a number of reasons.
He seems to be involved in everything possible. His name, he's always shopping that next talent,
Absolutely.
It seems that he's always shopping that next talent. If there's a free agent available, John Lynch is involved some way or another. I don't know, Ronbo. I don't know if they're looking at other GMs in the league and they're like, look, we don't want to insult John by not paying him what he's worth. So do they stand back and say, okay, well, X, Y, and Z is getting this much? I mean, how does that work out, Ronbo? I mean, do you have any concern as to why he hasn't been extended?
No, but I do also know, and the bottom line here is, and one thing we can all relax, all of us who do appreciate John Lynch, remember Kyle Shanahan, this is going to be his call. Because if Jed says, are you wanting to continue with John? And Child says, yes, game over. He stays with. See, because what they may be doing is just waiting until later when they don't have to pay John right now. He's still got 3 years left in his contract.
Right.
So it's not a rush thing where you got to hurry up. They just did that to Kyle I'm not sure why they did that with Kyle, actually, so soon. It was unnecessary. You could have waited next year, the year after, and extended him 3 or 4 years after that. It would have been even longer than it is now. So God knows what the reasoning is, but that's just what I'm thinking.
Okay. Yeah, Rumble, I'm pretty confident, man. I feel pretty good about this season. I can't wait for the next 30 days to get by. I just want to see these guys in the headlines.
Look it out.
I really want to see Kinlaw, man. I was listening to a show. They're like, have you ever seen abs on a man that's 300 pounds?
That is frightening.
He's just massive.
Because that's a natural size for him. That means he moves like a smaller person, but he's carrying way more mass at you. I can't wait to see him first starts pummeling offensive linemen. Like Baldy says, there's not a guy in the NFL that's actually going to stand on the offensive line and stop this kid. Not by himself.
It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal, Ronbo. Any word out there on what we're doing with are we still making a push for Adams, or is that gone by?
What we find, we're going to find out later, don't you, John? Because every time I think the 49ers are not interested, and we should have all learned by now, if you don't hear anything, it doesn't mean a thing. They could be moving on somebody hardcore. And as they said before, if there's good talent out there, we're going to look into it. I don't know what that means.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep.
Could be.
Okay, my man. Sounds good.
All right, John.
I heard they were shopping Kuti for Pettis. I saw that today.
Wait,
what? I don't know how much.
You heard they were shopping what?
I saw that Kiki Kuti. You ever heard of him from the Texans?
No.
He's the they were shopping Pettis. They were kind of. I heard today that John Lynch was talking to the Texans. Maybe like Pettis has got like a 12.9% drop, and this dude's got like a 2% drop or 2.9% drop.
Would you make that trade?
He's real fast.
I can't imagine any team that would give away somebody with that kind of talent to gain Pettis.
Well, they believe that Pettis has an upside. He just doesn't. The Texans believe he has upside. They just don't believe he's got enough room on the roster to show it. And he's had plenty of opportunity on our roster, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But
if they make that deal, we'd be delighted.
They believe that Dante has the potential, maybe on that roster, because the guy that they're putting up is he's buried at the bottom of their roster with talent. So I don't know, Ronbo. I was looking into the ad today.
I forgot about that angle. That could work. John, good stuff. John, we got to get together and do a one-on. I'll tell you what. I'll get back to you shortly. But for now, we're going to see you tomorrow. All right?
You got it, Ronbo. My man, always a pleasure. I appreciate
Thanks.
everything you do and every time you do it for us.
Thanks, John.
This platform is everything to me, man. And that show with Ronbo, or that show with IB was phenomenal, man. I enjoyed it, man.
Thanks.
I enjoyed it. So, hey, shout out to IB, the rest of the chat. Good night, my man. Good night, fam. Take care.
Good night, John. And let's go to Just in Time. He's changed his name. It used to be Just In. Now it's Just in Time. Joe Williams, running back. And, oh, yes. I forgot about him. And Mac Wilson is a guy who wanted a linebacker for the Browns. Yeah, Wilson, how did he do? We all know about Joe. Oh, man, he was good, too. When he was feeling okay and not dropping the ball, not bad. IB, your name just got mentioned anyway. IB, come on in, man.
Ronbo, mic check. How we started today?
Oh, awesome as usual, IB.
Shout out to my man John V. You know, I appreciate that. Glad you liked it. You know what I mean?
Taya, I'm wondering, IB, your perspective of this hour, the state of the 49ers franchise. Where we at?
Man, I think we're healthy, man. It's been an interesting off season for sure. You know, started with Diva, and before that it was Jimmy Ward, and you know, they was trying to get rid of Jimmy G right after the Super Bowl. So it's been interesting.
I thought it was
man,
during the game. God.
It's been interesting, but you know, they just keep plugging away at the pieces, man. I want to talk about what John V was just asking about as far as this John Lynch extension, because I've been hearing from not only one other podcast, but a couple other places that what they're trying to do is keep everybody in-house, and supposedly they're thinking about bumping John Lynch up. I'm not sure what's after that. I mean, but you know, realistically, they can put a name on anything and pay the man more money and just say he's got a
True.
raise.
Come on, you can make up a name. Exactly.
Right, but I think it would be something like VP of Operations or something like that, where he's in control of player personnel, and I think they want Adam Peters at GM, because then he works on his future as well. So, you know, I think if they keep them all in house, then you know, it's a lot less information gets disclosed, and you know, more people become 49ers at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
And you give Peters probably the respect he probably deserves. They're probably thinking along that line too, because Peters is brilliant. He built the Broncos back when they were at their best. You don't want to see that guy leave and go to a place like Los Angeles, or I don't see him going to Seattle. Seattle seems to think they got the right people in place, but you got to be careful about losing those kind of people.
The atmosphere is something. I mean, it's like the Lakers almost. You know what I mean? I mean, anytime you look at
Dynasty
not only our players, but our coaching staff, you know, our execs, the relationship with these guys is it takes us back to the DeBartolo days. And you know, if I'm not mistaken, DeBartolo and York are related through marriage. So I think you know, this is just they're working real hard, and you know, what was it?
I think
the state
Eddie's sister is that's his nephew. Eddie's sister, that's her son.
Yeah, yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, DeBartolo got cleared from California, right? They
Over,
pardoned him last year,
yeah,
so
they did. And just recently as last year, right?
yeah. So we got to represent. We're going old school, man. We keeping it in house. We're gonna stick to our guns, man. We're bringing back the ghost of Bill Walsh, man. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that, and you know, it's real interesting with this Jamal Adams situation because we kind of talked about it on our one-on-one. Do we really want to cut a piece out, a guy who's been, it's different. I think if you release Tart, it's not like getting rid of Dante Pettis or Richie James. You know what I'm saying?
It's if
Tart
it,
is
it's
a
not
different.
it's
Tart
not
is like
broke.
losing Ward to me. Yes,
It is.
yes, and and the thing is, okay, if we do make the trade for Adams, what do we got to give up for it? And then, I mean, yes, we get a dynamic player, but we lose camaraderie. We lose knowledge. We lose a kid who knows our defense, knows our players when it's fourth quarter and we got to depend on the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely know what you're saying.
Sometimes
I'm not in favor of
yeah.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
the kid, nobody's taken away from the kid talent. And realistically, he proved to the NFL last year with 6.5 sacks and and 60 solo tackles that he's the man for the job. But I don't know if he's better than Tart in our system, and I'll take the criticism for that.
Nobody's asked the question yet. You go by talent. Remember we talked about
Right.
also it's about being a fit. How do we know Jamal Adams
Right.
fits in the 49ers defense? He's a talented
Right.
person. There's a lot of talented players out there. But do they necessarily fit? And you get the argument, the blowback, the pushback will be, man, that don't mean nothing. He got more skills. He'll soon figure it out. Now, well, why in a Super Bowl run,
Well,
you're going to wait for him to figure it out? What if that experiment fails? You blew it. We were
I mean,
fine before he got it.
I'll be honest. I haven't studied Jamal Adams' skill set
Oh, he's
to the
good.
point where I know. I'm not sure if he's better in the zone or if he's better up in the box. You know what I'm saying? And we play. It's about 60-40 sometimes. And this year, realistically, if we wanted to change up our defense this year, because we have a new defensive line, we have new coaches. If we wanted to change up and get more aggressive, would we bring in somebody who don't know our defense at all, or would we educate who we got to play better and to play like how we've seen them before? That's my take on it. You know what I'm saying?
No, and you're right too.
I'm not taking away from him.
No, he's a good player, but I got to bring him in. He's got to
Right.
get acclimate himself to the rest of the guys around him. I don't have
Exactly.
time for that.
In a short season.
Yeah.
In a short season.
Oh,
right.
exactly. So you know what? If he's available, if I got a player like that available at the end of this run, okay, then you go for it. But right now, it would be completely
Right.
risky, really risky.
Exactly.
So I agree.
Exactly. I'm gonna stick with Tart regardless. After this season, I'm still gonna stick with Tart. But realistically, I feel like if you're gonna make those type of changes, let's take another shot to the Super Bowl with who we got. You know what I mean? This ain't LeBron James and the Lakers, man.
I know.
And no offense to LeBron, because I'll be in Ohio next week. Trust me. I love my peoples in Ohio, but.
Okay, but
this is not that.
Before you go on to the next thought on that, I just want to say this about LeBron. Okay, LeBron James
Right.
comes into an organization and he takes over. You know what was
Right.
going on there? He fires the coach. He gets players to do. He gets somebody in there to do what he wants them to do. He gets all the players. If Adams comes in, he's not going to fire the coach. He's not going to get everybody to do what he says to do.
Right.
LeBron James leads a team, whereas Adams would come in and join a team. It's a difference in that. A big difference. Yeah.
No, you know what I think a lot of the attention span on this is, and me and John V kind of talked about this the other day, is somewhere behind the scenes, the players have a lot of appreciation for Adams, and there's a connection there. There's a real connection. We have multiple players on our team That's what makes this whole thing. And you know, we could run a three safety, a cover 3 type defense. But would you do Jimmy Ward, Adams, and Tart? That's like a lot of money. That's also slapping more in the face, saying that this kid, can't step up. And I don't know. It's just a lot of. My grandpa said, "Don't step on the next man's grass." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I feel.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
I like that.
No,
I agree. I really do. But, I mean, we gotta pull up. But listen, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, good stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
And every time I talk about Adams, I always laugh because
here.
I say, we went to the Super Bowl last year. Tart is fine. I don't know if he's got his contract ends. We'll see what happens to him anyway. Because 49ers might want to move on him just for the contract. Could be one of those situations. I don't know. We'll see. All right, fam.
Right.
See you tomorrow.
Well, I appreciate you. You have a good one. You have a good night.
Thanks, Shelby. You too. Say hi to the kids for me too. All right.
Yeah, I think my daughter's on there, 216 Mari. She said, "What up?" My son Dada, he sleeps. So appreciate you as always, Ronbo. You already know. We'll see you tomorrow, bro.
All right. Looking forward.
All right.
Night.
Yeah. Night.
Santana.
So, Ronbo?
Santana, man. We're just looking. It's that time of year, man. We're looking at the state of the franchise. Everybody's got their own opinion of what they think the current state of the franchise is. Santana, your feeling on that?
What was that again, Ron?
You know how we do this? You know how the 49ers do the state of the franchise every year?
Yeah.
So, everybody has their opinion of the state of the franchise and what they expect going forward, what their current feelings are, and if there's any change to be made or have they been made and that type of thing, and what are your feelings on that? I mean, some of the deals we've done. What do you think, Santana, about the team in general right now?
The team in general, man, Ronbo, I think they're in a good spot right now. I think they're in a healthy spot. You know what I'm saying? They have room for improvement, but if we head into the season right now, we're good. We wouldn't have really an issue. But I've been listening to these Jamal Adams and stuff like that. Maybe like trading for him and stuff like that. And honestly, Ronbo, I like Jamal Adams.
He's a good player.
In the draft. Oh, he's a great player.
Santana,
he's definitely good.
Let me say one thing about that. Here's the thing. Had it not been for the problems we had with the defense the year before, the 49ers wouldn't have been thinking so hard about going after somebody to stop the run. That's why Solomon Thomas is on the team and was the first choice on their mind. What if the disaster didn't take year before where they set a new league record of being able to run yards on the 49ers? We might have considered picking up Adams in 2017.
Yeah.
There were several choices better than Solomon Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Adams was one of them.
Oh, but I mean, for one, I remember I didn't even know who Solomon Thomas was, honestly.
I was scared to death of him.
He wasn't even on. He was not even in my top 10, bro. To be honest, but
same here.
For some reason, the 49ers saw something in him, but it didn't pan out like they wanted to. So now we have Solomon Thomas, But I mean,
and maybe that's why they won't renew John Lynch's contract. Is just he's the one who decided since Solomon Thomas was his classmate, we need to draft him. I'm kidding, though, of course.
I think that had to do something. That had to do something. It had a part in it. I probably I want to say, but I mean, Ronbo, look. We've seen Kyle and John Lynch work, man. They be throwing curveballs at us. We don't know what they think, Yeah. Who thought we were going to get Trent Williams, I didn't even fucking think we were going to get Trent Williams. So we're crazy to think that they're not even looking into Jamal Adams.
They are.
And I guarantee you John Lynch has called the Jets, general manager and
see what they want.
What's up, and
because I thought they were looking at Tom Brady, and they were.
And they were, exactly. So, what they're trying to do is get, if there was a trade to be made, it had to be something where it doesn't really affect the team, where they can move forward. But if it's something too much, man, they're just not going to do it, But man, it'd be awesome to get Jamal Adams, man. Get a young, two-time Pro Bowler in the secondary, man. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be built around him too, you know. So,
Hey,
so
you got Kowalski's got an expiring contract. The Jets might bite on that.
Mhm.
You give the Jets Kowalski T, a quality player. You're gonna have to give him a second round pick. That's as low as you're gonna get, and they're gonna ask for the first, and they'll settle for a second. But is Adams worth that?
Look,
maybe.
Look, Ronbo. Come on, a second round pick. You know what you're gonna get for a second round pick? You're gonna get a two-time Pro Bowler for sure.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's true. That's a good point. Got me there.
You could save your second round pick and hopefully maybe get a Pro Bowler and maybe just get a bust. You know, who knows? You know, you just never know with
the draft. With, always the case. Always
with
a possibility.
The draft, yeah. But if you know you have a young stud, he's 24, two-time Pro Bowler, and
just finishing his rookie contract. Just finishing his rookie contract.
Oh, Ronbo.
Oh yeah, he's ready.
Oh, Ronbo.
Hitting his prime.
You know? So yeah, I'd take Jamal Adams for a second round and throw in Jaquaski Tart just so they bite and take it, you know. And then you got yourself a
get rid of Tart
for the next couple of years.
Yeah, you'd have to get rid of Tart.
No, for sure,
and I think Adams hasn't got hurt either. Kowalski gets hurt almost every season.
No.
So, yeah.
I think the only reason the Niners are maybe taking a step back and kind of look is maybe because of the cap space and the other players they need to sign. You know,
yeah,
so maybe that might be it too. But
yeah, but you got to sign Kowalski next year anyway for some amount of money, right? You got to give him a draft pick too. You just cut another player. You unload on one group. I don't know which one you do, but you drop a player there. You can maneuver it, and if you really want Adams, you can go get him. I don't know how you get. I still with Trent Williams and George Kittle be paid. I'm just scared. I don't be careful here. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's why maybe they're just taking a step back, and if they don't make a move for Jamal Adams, we're okay in the safety, in the secondary, you know. But sooner or later, we're gonna have to make a move and make it get a guy, a stud in the draft to kind of replace, you know, these Jaquaski Tart later on in the future. You know, someone we can build around. But for now, Ronbo, like I said, I think we're in a good place right now. We have a good team, a solid team. You know, we're looking good for this coming up season, man. Looking real good.
Looking forward. I know. Could be for years. Must be tough.
Imagine
keeping
Ronbo,
these guys on the roster. Wow. I'm good. Go ahead.
Imagine Ronbo breaking news. Jamal Adams to the 49ers. Oh, man.
I won't be surprised again. I was shocked when Trent Williams was on the 49ers. What? Get them.
Yeah.
No, you shut up. You lie. And no, it's true.
You know, I didn't even. Yeah, I was like, what? I didn't even know they were even looking into Trent Williams, to be honest. But
they be quiet.
Like I said,
49ers got covert missions going on all over the NFL. Got to watch out for them dudes. Man. There's something else.
Something's cooking though for sure, because I heard in Colin Cowherd that supposedly picking up steam, but I don't know what he means by that. You know, but
yeah, there's 2 or 3 writers that are always got it happening. But we'll see. So until I'm gonna go, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo, you have a good one.
You too, man.
Later, man.
All right. Night. Oh, God. Next year, get ready. The Adams conversation is going to pick up speed, but I don't know. How many Pro Bowlers can we afford to sign? And 49er Lakers for life. Thanks, fam. Like the first fist bump. Bam. Nudge!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Nudge. State of the franchise, Nudge. I want to get your feeling on what you think the current state of the franchise is.
Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I think we all right.
Yes. See, there ain't nothing wrong with it, Nudge. People used to say, man, y'all sound like the Raiders, man. Every year, y'all get your butt whooped, and you come. First thing you say is you're going to the Super Bowl. See, remember we had to eat that conversation. See, from 2016, 17, yeah. Ever since then, so 4 years of having to hear comparisons like that. See, now we just got back from the Super Bowl, so we got a right to say it. I feel good about it, Nudge. So I'm second what you say. Yeah, damn right. Super Bowl. If we don't go to the Super Bowl, consider next season a fail.
Oh yeah, 100%. We just gotta take one game at a time. We gonna get there. Only thing I got like fears about is really the Saints. I ain't afraid of the Bucks at all. Cause I mean we gonna kill Brady. He
Bucks.
ain't gonna have no time to get down the field.
God. I can't wait. That's why this season hasn't happened. Our team is number one entertainment wise. I can't wait to see the Bucks because Naj, if the Bucks get whoopings week after week, so start the season 0-3, I'll be in tears laughing. I told y'all. Brady needs Belichick, and Gronk ain't played the year. Come on, man. What was they supposed to do? And nobody want to play Arians' offense. That's not Tom's offense.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
And Arians like to go down the field all the time.
Every play he can.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work against the Niners. We gonna kill that man.
We love
Brady
to do
ain't
that.
gonna sit in the pocket. Yeah, he ain't gonna run out the pocket. That's the only time we have problems is when quarterbacks got outside the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And Brady
likes to step forward.
So,
that's what's so much fun.
Yeah.
Brady needs to. He always steps forward. He does not go left. He does not go right. Brady steps forward. He will be killed.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Cause
God. Whew, man. Yeah, but you're right. The Saints are always going to be a problem as long as Drew Brees is over there. But now the
hopefully
49ers
they
are
get
so
knocked
tough.
out.
Yeah. We can knock them out. We can do it ourselves. That defensive effort last year, that's because Kwaski wasn't there. You know, I tell you, Naj, I really wish Kwaski would have been there for that game. Marcel did a good job, but he wasn't quite ready for Drew Brees. I think Kwaski would have had a much better time of it, and that tight end Cook wouldn't have had a day like that.
Yeah.
Cook had his way on every play. I'm just glad Akello knocked him the hell out so he couldn't play no more. Because we might have been in trouble. Oh,
That's why I still want Adams for that reason right there. You said if Kwaski was in the game, I'm not trying to have that in the Super Bowl. If Kwaski played in the Super Bowl, nah, I can't have that. We gotta have Adams. He gonna be on the field.
You know, it was Jimmy Ward, not completely, but Ward did actually say the wrong thing in an interview. He said, "Yeah, they ran that play 2 times before." What, Jimmy? You recognize that play? You saw it 2 times before. Why didn't you hustle? You know, it was a mistake though, because I think, as I said, Mosley went north when he should have fell back south. Okay, I can't go through that again. It hurts to talk about it. There was no need for him to make that play. Damn it.
At all. What really hurt us was when, what's his name, Tavares Moore, he did the pass interference on Kelsey. That's what really gave him that.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah,
That's what gave him that little extra jog.
Yeah,
he ain't even turn around to look at the ball. He just played Kelsey like the whole time.
And how many times you got to tell people about that? They'll blow the whistle for you on that every time. I forgot about that, Naj. We made 3 key mistakes on defense. But everybody wants to blame Jimmy. But we made 3 big-time defensive mistakes.
And that killed us.
Well, they learned. They learned, Naj. I suspect, I don't see Mosley making that same mistake ever again. I don't even see Kelsey getting interfered with. Man, I don't see that happening again either. These guys have learned.
It was everything happened for the Chiefs to win. Just perfect. We was pretty much fighting out the whole, even though we was up, we was fighting over pass interference calls. They was holding our defense. We was fighting off that. So we was just fighting out the whole time. That's how I feel. And we were still up 10 points.
I know, and that's with Mahomes, he'll throw the ball. That's the thing. Patrick will throw that ball. He don't care. You should try. Patrick say, "Y'all try to stop me if you can, but I'm throwing the ball." Right? That's Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
And Tyreek Hill, he finally found him. Damn. And also Sherm got smoked by Sammy. Okay, that's all right. We'll be ready. I want to play him again so bad.
Our offense is going to be crazy more dominant, though, so I'm not worried. The offense is gonna be like way more dominant, just because we got extra blockers now. Like we can put Juice, Kittle, and what's that tight end from Georgia? The tight end from Georgia we got.
Oh, I'm thinking not McKivitz, but what's the other guy's name? Anyway, we got
W.
Yeah, we got a Warner.
Yeah, Warner.
WOE.
He's a crazy.
Yeah. We got to check him out, see what he is. Big, strong, fast. He's fast enough, not as fast as George, but he blocks.
Yeah.
He does a good job of that too. So that's what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, you put him, Juice, and Kittle on the field and get most of the ball. That's the first time every time.
And you got Trent Williams over there too.
Yeah,
we can run, boy. Ooh, we can run. You like who's that said, "Why are we passing the ball? Run it!" I think was that George Kittle. Somebody on the offense said, "No need to pass the ball. We're running it." That's why people misunderstand when they say, "Man, Kyle don't trust Jimmy." Oh man, please, man, learn the game. If you're beating a team to death in one way, you continue to beat them to death until you stop them, until they stop you.
And Cal wants you to figure him out so he can go with the other play.
Exactly.
And score a touchdown. So you figure out that run. It's a touchdown because he's going to throw it.
That's it, Naj. You know what Kyle's doing, man. Some people don't understand. Like Mike Florio. The only reason the 49ers run the ball so much is because Kyle doesn't trust Jimmy Garoppolo. Mike. Oh, Mike. You know, oh, God. Anyway. Hey, Naj, good stuff, man. I like that point. People need to remember that. All right, fam.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
All right.
Yeah. Good to hear from Naj because, sometimes I wake Naj up and sometimes I don't. Night, Naj. Roberto!
Ronbo! What up, fam?
Roberto! I'm getting ready to ask you the same thing. Roberto, man.
Rumble, my number one. My number one. Boy, you're my boy, man. You're my number one.
Thanks, fam. Love back at you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Roberto.
Yeah, man.
I know you got some opinions. I know you got an opinion on the state of the franchise. Roberto, how would you define your feeling of the 49ers right now in this month of June? Everything you could think of about this team that says San Francisco 49ers. What are you thinking?
And what I think, man, I think we are the best team right now, man.
Easily. Too much talent. Best coach in the league.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And we are the better team of all 31 teams out there.
There's other teams out there, but I think we got an edge for several reasons. What do you think, Roberto? Go ahead.
What do you mean? What?
No, I'm just listening. Go ahead. Continue.
Well, I'm saying that we are the better team than everybody else, man. And I think we're gonna make it back to the NFC Championship.
See, there you go, right there. First, get to the NFC Championship, and hopefully,
man.
They have no. I can't imagine Tom Brady makes it back to the NFC Championship game. This would be the most viewed game in NFL history.
Yeah.
Jimmy G versus Tom, and this year Jimmy G hasn't got to worry about that leg. He's got a year in Kyle Shanahan's system. This is going to be special.
Yeah. And you know what, man? Like I heard the last time. Like all the haters out there, man. All the haters out there, like all 31 teams, and the Cowboys fans, and the Rams fans, sorry ass franchise, sorry ass Lamb fans.
And man, they're saying that we're gonna have a Super Bowl hangover. I'm like, shut the hell up, man. We ain't gonna have no Super Bowl hangover. We're not gonna have a Rams Super Bowl hangover that they only score what 3 points. Man, shut up.
We never went that place. Yeah.
Yeah, man, we scored 20 points, and what did the Rams score? 3 points, man. Get the hell out of here, you so Rams fans. Go get lost in the like over there in the ocean. But sorry, get the hell out of here, man. We win in the West, and the Bay is gonna choke to Shanahan, and the Bay is gonna go right to his wife. Oh, you know what? Shanahan beat my ass again.
Hey, Roberto, you know what's really funny? Because a lot of fans are don't understand how to judge talent. But here's the thing about Jimmy. Jimmy G, your best chance to get Jimmy G was last year while he was learning. He already learned too much now. Now he's got added weaponry. So now, whatever. But there's a lot of idiots that think you come in, okay, Jimmy G, we can go in, we can beat Jimmy G. They think he's not going to change. He's going to be the same one as last year, right? That is going to be funny.
Jimmy G is going to beat Jerry Goofy.
Easily.
Hey, Rudy. I know you see me, boy. I know you can hear me. Shut up, Rudy, because you're going to go 4th place in the division. No playoffs, no Super Bowl hangover. Super Bowl. You're going to have in SoFi Stadium, you're going to have 0 rings. Rams fans and Rams. Yeah, man.
Hey, Roberto, they might invite us. They might invite the 49ers. If we can't play in Santa Clara, they might say, hey, you know what? You guys draw as many fans as the Rams do. Why don't you guys play here, your games every week? Well, hey, we'll give you a little added bucks on it, too.
Yeah, hey, Rudy, you be quiet, Rudy. Get out of here. I know you love the Niners. That's why you're always in here. Because the Rams do not have a Ronbo Sports. They don't have a Ronbo Sports Rams fan out there. So get out here. Go get like a little, like 1 million subscribers. Rams channel. Get out of here, boy. I'm sick of the whack. Stop trolling Ronbo every day.
Roberto, I'm gonna. You know what? You need. Let's get.
Rudy was telling you in the comments that Rumble this, Rumble that. Man,
all right, Roberto, I need you to report back to the chat because we're out of time, and get that Rudy for us, all right? Because you do such a good job on him.
I'll get him tomorrow, and Rudy, go to bed, boy. Your bed temperature rate passed. You little 10-year-old boy.
Bro, peace out, fam.
I love you. Man. You want to rush, please. I already know, man. You already know, man. Peace out. Bye.
Bye, Rudo. Adrian Gutierrez, I love your attitude and your misconception. I can't wait to see you next year. A lot of people are confused about Jimmy Garoppolo, what happened last year. I'm looking forward to you. I got your name down on my list. Hey, Krusty, come on in, man. Krusty. I will come back to you. Shaleo. Shaleo, it's June. The state of the franchise has already taken place. They've said what they feel about the state of the franchise. And tonight, we want to know your personal feeling on the state of the franchise. And can we get that from you, Shaleo, and anything else you'd like to add tonight?
I just wanted to ask you, have you ever heard of a cowgirl?
Yeah. There's a quarterback. He's a cowgirl.
How about the cowgirls? How about the Blams? How about the Seacocks? And last but not least, how about the Arizona play card Sardinals?
Sardinals? I like that even better. Sardines.
And last but not least, how about them Oakland, Las Vegas, Trader Raider Chippendale?
you know what you got to add to that? Chippendale Joes. Oh, God, the Raiders are so much fun. And, Shalil, for about 2 or 3 years there, we had to be compared to the Raiders because the Raiders used to be talking about Super Bowl bound every year. And I said, oh, man, that hurts my feelings, man. You could just call me anything, talked about my mama, anything else you want to do, but don't compare me to a Raider fan. That's just, you got to take your clothes off and get ready to fight, That's fighting words. Come on, man. Jesus. But anyway, Shalil.
Yeah, Rumbo. I mean, the Labs of the Raiders are done. But anyways, let's get down to Niner football. I've been hearing a lot of reports on we might be getting a receiver from Texans for a trade with Dante Pettis. That was a rumor. Yeah. First of all, we ain't getting we're not getting guys named Lamb that we have to play twice a year. We're not getting a carpet rug. Okay, we're not getting a cutie.
The guy they're talking about has a very strange name.
Yeah, Kiki Cutie.
That's his name, right?
We're not getting no cuties. We already have to deal with the kitty cat. We're not getting a cutie. Okay.
Why would anybody name their child that? Kiki Cutie. His name is Cutie, which is already going to be a problem. And you name him Kiki, and it's a dude. I would say, Mom, why, Mom? Every day I got to go through drama and stress from the clowns at school. Yo, Kiki, you little cutie, you little dude. I will beat you. I mean, I could see it. That's like, that's right up there with a man named Sue. Don't do that. Give your kid a chance, man. But he's in the NFL.
You know what? At this point, I would take anything over Pettis. So, have him. They got another wide receiver I like over there is Will Fuller. We should check him out. Because right now, Texans is given Texans, their coach is doing a whole clearinghouse.
No, in fact, I don't know how they don't fire Bill O'Brien. I mean, that guy's an idiot. But, I tell you, I liked Fuller when he first came out of the draft because I think, man, I always fall in love with speed. But speed guys, they have to get bionic hamstrings installed or they're not going to last. He has missed so many games with that hamstring being pulled because their body cannot deal with the speed. I don't know what happened when the good Lord put him together. I'm going to give him speed. Hey, you forgot to give me hamstrings to handle the speed. And then they can't do it. They pull muscles every time. Every time.
Yeah, Ronbo. Anything is better than my boy, Mr. Kitty Cat, Mr. Meow, whatever you want to call him. But he's been with the guys. He's been bringing his kitty cats along the whole time. When they go out to eat, they go out to training. The guys are just wondering, what the heck is up with this guy? Jimmy, why did you bring him, bro? He needs some reps too.
Well, he was snapping the ball. I mean, he was the center. I mean, but Dante was getting a good ball snapping the ball.
No, he was doing the center because his little cats were on the bench. He's got to watch over them. Watch them.
Shalil, you got to be careful, Shalil. Your dream is going to come true. You know how we were talking about this about a week ago? We said, Dante's going to come in and just kick butt this year, right? He's going to be the guy that everybody's going to say,
I hope he does.
Steps down, that's Pettis.
He is loving those cats. He is loving them. He is in the obstacle course. He's running around at his house,
And
he doesn't want to play football.
And what's going to end up happening? After we're talking about him right now in his like of kitties, now everybody's going to have T-shirts, or better yet, you're going to see people smuggling kitties in the stadium into a bag, and every time Dante does one of his TDs, everybody holds a kitty up. Hey, Dante! Look at he loves it. I named him Dante.
When camp comes around the corner, have one of the defensive backs Sherman or Mosley, wear a mask when you're guarding him. Wear a kitty mask. Maybe he might get afraid a little bit. Maybe he might work hard and just say every time.
Oh God! Hey, Roberto, we only got Roberto. Shalil, you can't the O at the end kill me. Shalil, we only got a couple minutes to go. You have a defining anything you're thinking of other than Dante about the current status of the 49ers.
Oh yes, Mr. Grabass Solomon Thomas. We already know he's a bust, so he's done. I don't think he'll be back anytime soon. For training camp, I think he's done.
All right. See, I'm afraid to say anything about Solomon Thomas because I later on, and I know you don't mind.
I mean, even if you put him inside,
yeah.
Even if you put him inside, he's done. It's over.
Hey, watch out for Kevin Givens. This is the guy Rob, I forget his last name from Breacher Report. I forget about Givens all the time until somebody brings his name.
Givens is one of those.
I like Kevin Givens from last year.
Yeah,
he's
good.
That dude. Whoa, strong. He's undersized, but my God, he makes up for it with his strength. Because I seen him toss dudes. I was shocked. I said, that dude, he's got that low center of gravity. He's not real heavy, but that dude is strong. I seen him mow past guys and get into the backfield kind of quickly. He's got explosive speed. He can get in the backfield real quick. He's not going to be able to catch anybody if they start blazing out to the side, left or right. But up the middle, a guy like Brady and Kevin Givens is coming up the middle with Nick Bosa bearing down on the other side. Oh, man, no place to run, Tommy.
No place.
So we're going to see.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Especially since we don't have a second string. Because Julian Taylor, I don't know what's going on with his health. DJ Jones is going to probably start at the nose.
Ronald Blair is coming back too.
Blair can play anywhere on the defensive line. You don't have to. He's not specifically just going to play the nose. Blair's everywhere.
And the guy that we drafted too, Kinlaw.
I want Javon to stay at the 3 technique this year. So he'll be playing next to whoever's playing the nose, which is probably going to be, and Eric Armstead's going to shift in and out of there as well.
I think if Solomon Thomas gets to the time, I don't think he's going to take advantage of it because he likes the O-line's ass. So I think he's done. Mr. Grabass.
He knows it too. Solomon knows.
He's like, get off of me, man. He's fighting. He's really fighting, but he's done.
He's not going anywhere. I know. Kind of remind me of Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde takes a handoff, and Carlos has a hold to his right, but he'd rather run into the back of the entire humanity of offensive and defensive linemen in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Nobody knows why. Carlos! I see that hole from here. You're going to drive a truck through it. So, let me get started on Carlos. I still like him. Shalil, we got to go, fam. I'm going to see you.
Shout out to the Niner Empire. Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. Watch those hands and hit those likes.
Yes.
Catch you later.
All right, fam. Night, Shalil.
Night, Ronbo.
Oh, God. And John V. What's up, fam? Thanks, John, for that contribution. Gutierrez is still working my boy, Jimmy. Boy, Adrian, you just... He did not always not read the... Okay, people kill me exaggerating, but my dude makes one mistake. That's all he does all the time is make mistakes. He never throws touchdowns. He never makes good passes. All he does is not know how to read a defense. Krusty. And by the way, Brady was worse last season than Jimmy Garoppolo. I just want to point that out. Krusty.
Yo.
Krusty.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Hey, were you on before and we couldn't hear you?
Okay. It wasn't that I was on. I could hear you call my name, but I was waiting to hear what I had to say.
I like the way that came out.
Yeah. It was a little too late till I realized you were talking to me.
Yeah, because I was about to say, it kind of reminds me when I'm having a dream of some kind, or you know how you have your body, your out of body experience as you're sitting there asleep, and I was sitting there watching myself, and I was waiting for me to see what I was going to say. Yeah, Krusty. Hey, tonight, Krusty, looking at your opinion of the current state of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much the thing
opinion.
tonight.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The state of franchise is
I
already
think
over now.
that,
So now, Krusty, I want to know what your opinion is.
my opinion is I think we're sitting in a really good spot. I think that we've improved in areas. I think that the places that we've lost some talent after the season, we've replaced everything. In all aspects, I think that we're actually a better team now than we were when we lost in February. So I think that we're in a really good spot. I don't think that we need Jamal Adams. I don't think that we need different receivers or anything like that. I think we have all the pieces that we need to win a championship, not just for this year, but for years to come. So
that's a nice thing.
Yeah, and it's, just like last year, we had injuries like we had all the previous years before, but we had the depth to make up for it, and we still have that depth. So I feel like even if we do lose some guys, we still have the pieces that literally fit right in. So.
And that's the nice thing about this system. That's what Kyle always does. He goes out and gets people to play with him before, rather than try to teach people new things. It's not easy, and that's why I love that Kyle can somehow always find guys that he's worked with before. We got 3 guys. You got Tevin Coleman. You got the wide receiver that we just picked up from the Chargers. You got the center. Kyle's got all kind of guys, but it's like the Kyle Shanahan alma mater. It's amazing.
Right. No, yeah, I agree. I do think that one of the pieces that's hard to replace in Kyle Shanahan's system is the quarterback, and that's why Jimmy G's the number one. They need to make sure they keep him, because we've seen what happens in Kyle's offense when Jimmy's not the quarterback. So all these people that say he's not the answer and whatnot, I totally disagree with them. First year, we had Brian Horde and C.J. Beathard. We won 1 game with both of those guys. Second year, we were what? We were 4-12.
And we got worse.
And that's with freaking C.J. Beathard and,
Yeah, we got when Jimmy first came in, that year was great. And then the next year, when Jimmy first, we won 5 in a row. And then the next year, was it next year we won 2?
No, it was we were 1-10 until Jimmy came in 2017. Then he won the last 5.
Right.
And then the next year, 3. We were like, I think we were 4-12.
Yeah.
And Nick Mullins won 3 games. Jimmy won, and C.J. Beathard didn't win shit.
He
but
lost everything.
Jimmy came back last year. Yeah, I think he's won 1 game for us the whole time he's been a starter quarterback for us.
Yeah, he gets the Giants. Exactly.
And right. And Jimmy's the number one person. Jimmy is the leader of our offense, and he's proven it time and time again.
Too many times.
Even when he doesn't know Kyle's system.
Does not deserve the criticism he gets. And something else, Krusty, to mention too. People think that you could just walk into Kyle Shanahan's offense and just master it. You don't make any mistakes at all. That is so stupid. You got to take some minute, and Jimmy's coming off an injury, so he misses the season. So he comes in, he's got a neat thing going on. He's still got to learn Kyle Shanahan's complicated offense. If Jimmy is so bad, like some people like to think, well, what was Matt Ryan? Polished, grizzled pro. Why did he have a problem in his first year with Kyle Shanahan? Nobody wants to talk about that. That's why I will stand by Jimmy. I'll wait. I will wait.
Not only that, like all the games that they're like, oh, you guys ran the ball down our throats and stuff. That the reason that the run game works so well is because the defense had to respect Jimmy G. Because if they tried to do the other things, Jimmy G would have eaten them alive, like he did in New Orleans.
Yeah.
He proved that he could stay with the best of them.
Well,
and
game long. That's right.
If they didn't have respect for Jimmy, they would have just loaded the box every time and just tried to freaking stop the run, but they couldn't.
And they did try to do that a few times. Did you notice that? And that's when Kyle lit him up. Some of those plays he pulled with George Kittle and not George Kittle, but Juice, and that shot over to Sanders. What is going on? Right. And Jimmy's threading the needle all day. I'm telling you, man, it was a perfect game offensively, but they had to because we were struggling on defense.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. And even then, a lot of people give Jimmy G a lot of crap for our loss in the Super Bowl. But if you sit back and think about it, it's not the fact that Jimmy couldn't get any points in the second half. or a lot of points in the second half is the fact that our defense gave up 21 points in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that's too
So,
many. And that's
even if Jimmy didn't score any more points, our defense should have at least stopped 1 or 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? But we were making mistakes, left and right, pass interference here, all the other stuff. It's a little bit ridiculous because they weren't calling their.
No, there was no. And Mike Person was not defending anymore. I mean, offensive lineman, he was not protecting anymore. So Jimmy had time for one read, and people construe that as being, you can't read a defense. Well, shit. I mean, Jimmy already made his mind up before the ball was snapped because he knew he had that much time. That's all you got. You got that much time. Right. As soon as that ball snapped, don't go through progressions. Don't go through reads. Just hope that receiver's in the right spot. And that's what it came down to. Because I've seen him read the field too many times and know he can't read the field.
Right.
Anyway.
And I swear that freaking Eric Fisher had a chokehold on Nick Bosa every time he freaking rushed the passer that game, too. I swear I saw him clotheslining him every time. So
if he wouldn't clothesline him,
it's a little ridiculous.
And Eric, how many times did you see? I seen Armstead. I mean, it looked like a WWE movie. He's about to choke him completely out. No whistle. I said,
right.
How are the refs not calling that? He's behind him.
I agree. Oh, well.
Oh.
Right.
That's fine.
Hanging on his back, yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know what? They're not going to get away with that again. That's why I want to play that tape again. We can't have that refereeing crew. And I think the NFL, Krusty, I'm not a conspiracy theorist person, but I do think the NFL sent that refereeing crew in there knowing that that guy and his team was not going to call anything except for just obvious calls like George Kittle straightening out his arm. Okay, I get it. But still, if you can let him play, why couldn't you have let that slide too? Okay.
Right. I'm hoping for a Chiefs and Niners Super Bowl again this year. And this time we treat it the way it should have been, and we just smash them. That's what I'm hoping for. I really hope that's what it is because they're the only one that's going to challenge us for the Super Bowl, I think. And even then, it's not going to be that big of a challenge.
It's not. And Krusty, Mahomes is not getting any flack for it, but he threw 2 INTs in that game as well. Nobody says anything. Mahomes is the greatest quarterback in football right now. Yeah, okay. Anybody can get lucky, okay? He got a little bit lucky on that as well. So let's not get out carried away here. Let's keep everything in proper perspective. All right, Jimmy may have had a day at the end, but Mahomes got a day a little more positive is what happened at the end there. That shot down the middle of the field like that and catching Tyreek Hill, that was an accident. Not actually a beautiful play. Well, okay, you know what? We got to go. Rusty, good stuff. We're in lockstep on this stuff, man. I tell you. All right. I'll see you tomorrow if you get a chance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, fam. Night.
All right, then. Later. Bye.
Hey, Rick.
Hold on. What's going on, sir?
Rick, man, just sit back here and it's celebrating this time of year when it's always the state of the franchise, which is usually always such a fun event. Bunch of fans sitting in the audience. People going on stage and having a good time. Joe Staley coming out there doing weird things along with everybody else. We didn't get that this year, but it is still that time of year. It's the annual state of the franchise, and a lot of opinions we've been getting out. It's like Cynthia pointed out. You can say in a word what the state of the franchise is. As Nick Bosa is quoted saying, it's redemption time. But, Rick, have you got any descriptions on the state of the franchise from your own point of view?
Honestly, I'm like, cow, it's Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
It's Super Bowl or bust, and it's funny for somebody like Mike Florio, who we know is a hater. I mean, he's been a hater. He's already established that he's a Minnesota Vikings fan and whatever. But it's just like, think about it. Even if a team is sorry, how would you like it if a coach said, what do you think, what are your expectations for the year? To have a 500 record. No, you want them to at least put it out there that, look, we want to go all the way.
Right.
And so I have no problem with that.
And why would anybody? Why is Florio going on and on? He's done 3 shows. First, he thought Kyle was out of line for leading his players down the wrong path by telling them we got some unfinished business to attend to when he needs to attend to the business coming up in the immediate future. No. And then he goes and doubles down on it the next day until another guy comes in and straightens him out. Kyle, what's he supposed to do? Come in and say, we're going to do the best we can and hope we can come out 500 like you just mentioned? Nobody's going to do that in the NFL. The worst team in the NFL, Rams, are not going to say that.
No, not at all. And so, I mean, the thing about it is people don't realize back in the day, the old 49ers, which we're getting back to, like with Kyle and John Lynch, is the standard was Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
In the 80s, it was Super Bowl or bust. In the year that we didn't get it, we were disappointed. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, we're not one of those teams that are happy, oh, we made it to the playoffs. No, it was like the playoffs are not good enough for us. NFC Championship is not good enough for us. It's the Super Bowl and winning it. And so I believe this year, once we get back to the Super Bowl and we win it, it's going to unlock everything. So it's like, man, get out of here. Our standard has been for forever, which was the 49er gold standard. We were the first team to get 5 Super Bowls, win 5 Super Bowls first anyway. So it's always been Super Bowl or bust. So to sit there and be like, well, it's okay, you shouldn't do that, whatever. No, you're supposed to put out there what the standard is, what the goal is, and then you work towards it.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, if you're shooting low, then this is not your league, because you're going to get killed on a weekly basis if you just want to get by.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, if your standard is anything less than a championship, then you need to play in one of those participation leagues or something where everybody gets a
participation
trophy. Everybody gets a hug. There's no winners. There's no losers.
Cupcake and a Coke.
Everybody did their best. Everybody just holds their hand afterwards. No, it's about winning and losing. And so our standard has been, and it got lost for a while, has been Super Bowl or bust. So I'm glad that it's back to Super Bowl or bust, because why would we be happy with anything else?
I know. So, and last year when I predicted we wouldn't go to the Super Bowl, it was only because I wasn't sure if we had the capability to get there until about midway through the season. Then I realized I was wrong, and I admitted it quite away, So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with anticipating a Super Bowl, especially if you're a player. Better be.
And think about it. Think about it, to expect anything less is actually regressing. So we mentioned Super Bowl last year, so what we're going to say, it's NFC Championship or bust. Next year is going to be playoff, first round, division round playoffs. You get to the playoffs, just have an 500 record. It's like, no, it's supposed to be Super Bowl or bust.
But Rick, coming into the season, now you look at a team like the Texans with O'Brien over there just throwing all his good players away and doing weird things. Now, I wonder if the mindset in Texas is that we're going to the Super Bowl. See, there are times when you figure maybe the coach might say it, but he may say it tongue in cheek. But we ain't playing. We're serious.
No. I mean, but like I said before, even a sorry team like the Texans, and they've lost a lot of players, good players, or whatever the case may be, I would respect it. I wouldn't believe it, but I would still respect it in the fact that he had enough gall to be like, no, it's Super Bowl or bust, versus just saying, how do you feel about the team this year? I just hope we win a game. Like Herm, you know what I'm saying? Like Herm Edwards said, you play to win the game. You don't play to come in second place. And no, we play to win the game. So our goals this year are to win it all. It's not to be a participant in the Super Bowl or whatever. We're going to secure the NFC West first. We're going to secure number 1 seed in the NFC, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. Anything less than that is a disappointment.
It's a fail.
Period.
Remember that year that I kept arguing with fans all over social media? 49ers, Jimmy G just came in and they swept through this, ran the table going into the 2018, right? So players in it, man, them teams that y'all beat, they already had the playoffs sold up. Why they go come in and play hard? Man, do you know anything about this game? Nobody plays football even at the junior high school level comfortably relaxed and ain't worried about the opponent. When you play football, it's the kind of game where you get fired up. You play to win. It doesn't matter if we got anything put away or not. We play to win. Losing is the worst feeling in the world. Rick, you played ball, right? Any kind of ball. Losing sucks. You can't sleep that night. Tell me they can.
Then there's a problem. And if you can, there really is a problem with you because, yeah, I mean, you're always going to have good sportsmanship, but I mean, if you're a competitor, then you can't accept losing. And so I hate that we lost, but I do believe we got a bunch of dogs on the team that are like, look, we know we should have won, so we have unfinished business, like Kyle Shanahan said. And so we're going to go back and rectify the problem, and we're going to correct it. We're going to be back even better than we were this past year, defensively, offensively, and we're going to finish the job and start our new dynasty of championships.
Yeah. And Florio did admit to that, though. He did say, after cutting Kyle up about leading his team down the wrong path, he did say, but with that said, Kyle Shanahan probably can be the next Belichick. Then why are you just, Mike, you just want attention, don't you? You can get some, too. How about a punch in your eye?
He does, man. You have to realize, you have to recognize that he says whatever, and then he already knows the fact that Chris Sims is one of Kyle Shanahan's friends.
I know,
so therefore, he's going to say he doesn't want to be on the other side of it. He got to be on the opposite side. Like, okay, we know Chris Sims is going to say something good about the 49ers,
but
so let me play the opposite role.
But Chris didn't. Chris kind of went along with it. It was the Big Cat that he gets. The Big Cat never agrees with Florio. That's why I love when Florio gets him on there. And Big Cat said the same thing. We said, what's he supposed to take to him, Mike? You guys are probably going to do okay, and we'll do the best we can, but let's not expect too much of each other. I mean, what are you supposed to tell your team? That's just, Florio's just an idiot. I wish he'd stay off of social media, and I wish certain things would get filtered out so he could just shut up, Mike. Just shut up. Stupid.
Exactly.
Over and over.
Because I bet you wouldn't have had a problem with his coach from the Vikings saying Super Bowl or bust. I'm pretty sure he'd have loved it. Oh, man, look, he put out the mandate and the statement and the lofty goal that the players have to live up to. That's smart, and that's doing what you need to do to motivate your players and everything else. But it's because of Kyle Shanahan, and number two is because it's the 49ers, man. And you know what I'm saying? People don't like the 49ers to be back on top.
And Mike hates it badly because he's had abuse from the 49ers, his Vikings have down through the years. And I swear to God, he thinks the 49ers are responsible for Kirk Cousins, whom he hates, being his starting quarterback. I love it. And he's right. Kyle could have went and got Kirk. He didn't. And that makes Mike mad. Yeah. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
We got to go, though. Rick, good stuff, man. I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, continue to social distance, wash your hands, put your mask back on, man, and we're going to be through it. And Niner Faithful, Niner Empire, Jimmy G, Super Bowl MVP, Niners, we win it all this year, Super Bowl 55, man.
You know it, fam. Good night, Rick.
Night, man.
Bye.
God.
That's gonna be a dream. If Jimmy G gets the ball, I'm gonna be taking victory laps for days. Hey, where y'all at? I thought Jimmy G can't read the defense. You already hit his peak. He's too old. He's this. He's that. Oh, negative. What? How you like him now? Oh, I know that time is coming. Oh, Jamal.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Jamal, man, I'm just sitting there contemplating the future for the state of the franchise. I got about 20 different things. As we sit here and talk, I've already got other things I want to say about the state of the franchise. But Jamal, I want to know what you think about the state of the franchise. It's like, are you on the same page with Nick Bosa? I'm talking. Oh, how does Nick Bosa talk? Yeah, I'm thinking redemption. Yeah. Nick Bosa always seems like the calmest dude in the world.
You know what? I am on the same page with him, man. I'm on the same page with Nick Bosa, and that's been the theme: redemption, revenge tour. And I'm on the same page. You know what? I'm gonna have to watch it again. I mean, I'll have to watch it because I didn't even know that we had the state of the franchise today. So I've been busy in the Word of God today, so I was like, I'm gonna put God on first, and then I'll go back and watch it. So, but yeah, man. But hey, man, the on paper, the team is better already. The team is hungry. They're itching to get back on the field. So I'm ready. They're ready. I know you're ready. Let's play some ball, man. And if we do, I want to play them same Chiefs again and show them that was a fluke over Super Bowl.
God.
Lucky Mama Jammas, they were.
Just throwing that ball, and that ball was up there 15 minutes too. That's why I'm still. Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, God. That's all right. As I say, they'll never fry Mosley on that play again. I bet he can't. I bet you dare him to throw that shot again. Oh.
Right.
But that's what happens when you play 2-3 years together. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So I see it. Once we put this together, I think, man, we got our caller earlier said that, man, let's see another dynasty being put together again. I think Kyle and John Lynch get it right, and let's go for another run, just like we did in the '80s, man.
Yeah, because the confidence. The only thing we got to worry about, Jamal, is keeping players. This is the biggest fear, because these contracts next year. I want to talk about it tomorrow, but these contracts. Ooh, we got a boatload of contracts to renew next year. So that's why it is almost impertinent that the 49ers win that trophy now. Get it. Should have got it last year or this past season, but don't fail a second time. There's nobody in the NFC that has more talent, and no coach is better than Kyle Shanahan in running an offense, and the defense is just mean. This is the team. This is the one.
Yep. And I believe we're going to get it, too. The boys hungry enough, man. They're hungry.
We just got to be able to play these games. This is right now. It's looking really rough. Every time you turn on the news. And there's the all-time record since the pandemic started in blah, blah state. I said, every time I hear that, first thing I do is, man, it's supposed to be getting better. Oh, please get better. Well, how are we going to? It's already June. I go into a whole hysteria. People around the house be looking, would you calm down? I can't stand it. How am I going to get a football season going on and these guys keep, everybody's getting sick. Jesus. So, well, it's got to stop.
And, it will. And so, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go. I want to email you some things of like what's really good. I write blogs, freestyle blogs on have you heard of WordPress.com? Use freestyle writing and things.
It's called WordPress.com? What name do you use?
Yeah, WordPress.com. Yeah, I WordPress. I just got done. I'm still. I got a rough draft. And now I've been writing, so I'll email you when I'm done.
Oh, okay.
And send it to you, and I'm gonna come with you from the Word of God of what God is saying. Pretty much, you're eliminating him. I'm telling you, man. I was talking to Rafe. I was talking to my brother Rafe. Brother, we're on the same page. Like, sure enough, I talked to my sister. She's a woman of God, and so I'll email you.
Do it. I'd love to take it in. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do this. So, hey, man, and as far as when Jimmy G next year, look out for him because he's learning. I look at him just like Matt Ryan. I mean, Matt Ryan's first year in Atlanta.
He looked like
he was raw.
Yep.
Looked like booty. Yes, he did. Learn
next
some.
Year,
That's
right.
Then next year, whip it up, let him to the Super Bowl, and whatever. So, but yep, look for Jimmy G next year.
I know for sure because that's what it does. Kyle Shanahan, people don't understand that offense. It's not only it's not only the quarterback, but the wide receivers. Everything has to be in sync for Kyle Shanahan because his precision offense. If one or two guys are screwing up, it throws everything off. Now, I think they all know what they're doing. The timing should be right. Everything should work. Defenses are helpless when it's working right. Now we're going to see. But anyway, Jamal, hey,
that's why he's been on the field with him.
It is. Get that.
Yep, that's why he's been on the field with him lately.
That's right. He's been there. That's why I'm not looking for anything to go wrong except for this pandemic. Anyway. Jamal, give me that writing. I'm curious as to what you're talking about. I'd love to read it, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right.
All right now. All right. Good night.
Thanks, Jamal. You too.
Yep. Yep. Hey. You too.
All right. JT.
What's up, Ronbo?
JT, man, it's State of the Franchise Day here today, and see what your sentiments echo the same as like Kyle Shanahan saying, we're going to get and take care of some unfinished business. Or as Nick Bosa says, we're looking for redemption. Or as Richard Sherman says, we all left some plays out there. We want to go back there and take care of business. See, and state of the franchise, though, in your mind, what is JT? How does it translate?
You know, Ronbo, we learned something from this past year.
Lots.
We learned something. Everybody, you know, nobody expected it. Nobody expected it to happen. We made it to the Super Bowl. I think I don't know if I really remember. I said I probably was being bold, but I probably said we were going to go to the Super Bowl.
And I was probably the first one to say, "Wait, calm down. Wait a minute," because I didn't believe it last year. Not in the beginning.
I'm always bold like that when it comes to the 49ers, Ronbo. I'm always talking smack to everybody. Because, you know, I just don't feel with those 49ers taking backseat to nobody.
You're right. You were right, too.
And so with that being said, we all got experience through the playoffs, and we made a run to the Super Bowl. we know, you know, what destination feels like. You know, we were just 10 minutes away from winning it. Sure, there was a few fluke calls, but I was mad for a long time, Ronbo. You know, I haven't called in a long time.
I'm still mad. But JT, I just want to add something to that, what you just said. You know what you said, JT? You said the 49ers were going to the Super Bowl last year. I said they lacked the maturity to quite go to the Super Bowl yet. And I was wrong. But here's the thing. Had they not made it to the Super Bowl last year and were ready for this year, there's nothing's going to stop them this year. I didn't know they were going to the Super Bowl. The 49ers actually, I think, may have overachieved just a little. So getting to the Super Bowl is not supposed to be happening, but they did. And when they got there,
but they did.
I know, but the thing is, the maturity I was talking about, Patrick Mahomes and his boys, they failed the year before. They should have went to the Super Bowl, and they didn't make it. But they failed before they got to the big game. So therefore, when they came back this year, they were able to hold it together at the end to do what they had to do to get away. The 49ers went further than they did last in their year before they failed. Now watch what happens next. Got to tell you, I'm looking forward to it. Ronbo,
I'm looking forward to it because you got Brandon Ayuk, and with his catch radius, man, Ronbo, I've been looking at film at him, and it's like, man, you add that element to with Debo Samuel and Jalen Hurd. You know, I remember when Jalen Hurd. Jalen Hurd's going to be boxing the defenders out. I'm telling you, Ronbo, watching the red zone, Jalen Hurd is going to be boxing defenders out, and then you got Kendrick Bourne. You can't forget KB.
Oh, no.
And I'm telling you, Raheem Mostert, Jerick McKinnon, you know, Tevin Coleman. I'm ready. I'm freaking ready.
I tell you.
And you never know what that Warner kid's gonna bring. You never know.
I know it's gonna be good. Before. Whatever he brings.
George Kittle wasn't a receiving threat in college, just like this kid wasn't. So we're gonna see if.
You talking about that Warner?
Yeah, I'm talking about Warner. Yeah. He might start. They might utilize him better, just like they do Kittle.
JT, that's why this time is so important. Those guys got to get out there and learn some things. It's like I said, Kyle Shanahan's offense is not something you just walk into. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Why are you here? When you were supposed to hear, cut, timing. Where are you? And see, these are things that are not easy to learn it right away. This is why Ayuk will probably struggle a little bit. But like Debo, I'm hoping he picks it up quick because Debo had it figured out, JT, by midseason. Yeah.
And I believe that Ayuk will catch up just as fast as Debo did. I think he'll catch up in about the same time frame. Watch, just about week 6 or 7, you're going to start to see Ayuk flash. You'll see.
If he does, then the NFL's in trouble, in big trouble.
Hey, and you know what? I was watching the episode the other day, and I was trying to get online about the Antonio Brown thing. I will welcome the idea of bringing in Antonio, as long as he could just keep his freaking mouth shut and just gel with the chemistry we got
JT,
going.
you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot.
But just on the field alone, Ronbo, that if you add that element to what we got on offense, forget about it.
Okay, somebody's got to sit down though. You otherwise you're gonna have AB's gonna act up if he's not on the field at all times. He's gonna act up if the plays aren't always going his way. He is, by all terms that apply to the definition of the word, diva. If you have that kind of player, you got to accommodate him. You got to work around him. You really want that?
Nah, I don't think so. I think you're probably right. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
you're probably right. All right, Ron, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got other callers.
All right.
I just wanted to speak my piece.
All right. I'll tell you what, I look for you tomorrow if you get a chance, JT. We haven't heard from you in a long time. Glad to hear from you again, too. All right.
You'll hear from me, Ronbo. I'll be tuning in. I'll be liking. I'll be giving you the likes.
Thanks, fam. Yeah,
all right, Ronbo.
All right, JT.
Niner Empire.
Now, Wingsun says Kinlaw can bench 500 pounds and squat 800. I bet you know he's going to be bothered by that. It's what's our other baby Hulk that hasn't played in a long time because he keeps getting hurt? Oh! What's the guy that Defo named the baby Hulk? And this is going to be the year. Oh yeah, Katavius. I could see Katavius looking over at Kinlaw saying, "What are you doing, man? What? Is that 800 pounds? Yeah. You want some of that? No, man. I have done like 700 pounds. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to work. No. Somebody to come over and tell Katavius, stay away from this rack, man. You are not getting under 800 pounds. You know what? Your knee gives out again this year, and you, sir, are done. Hey, but George Kittle will get over there. Hey, wasn't he benching 400 last year? I think George joined the 400 club last year. So he might try to get with Kinlaw. Kinlaw's a big dude. People got to realize what he's lifted is not meant for ordinary mortal men. So don't try to keep up with him. You can get strong in your own right, but don't get underneath his weights. It's dangerous. Hey, fam, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see you tomorrow. And what I want to talk about, I'm going to think about if you have to lose somebody, there's going to be a priority list next year as far as free agents go. There is. Yeah, it's a nasty reality we got to get ready to endure. We got to win the Super Bowl first, but next year, we're going to be possibly crying crocodile tears. We're not going to be able to keep all of them, man. I got a list of players. We'll decide tomorrow who do you think is going to make it, who's going to stay with us, and who's not, due to money concerns. It's the nastiness of being a success. Oh, you can't keep the whole army. Fam, please hit that like. That's John V. Thanks, John. Appreciate you, fam. But the reality is we can't keep them all. But think about who you might want to keep and who you expect is going to be expendable. Have a great night, fam. Hit the like, fam. I love me some like. Have a good night. I know. Super Bowl bound.